You don't have to give up fighting bipolar without losing yourself. There's this thing that happens when you're diagnosed with bipolar disorder in your 30s. You've already built a life, you've already become someone: mother, partner, professional, daughter, friend. And then suddenly, someone hands you a label that feels like it's supposed to explain everything that's been falling apart. But instead, it just makes you wonder if everything you've built is about to crumble. I had the profound honor of sitting down with Wyisha Cook, a mother of five, a counselor, and an advocate who has turned her own battle with bipolar disorder into a lifeline for other Black women. Wyisha's journey from seeking help to becoming the help is nothing short of transformative. She's living proof that you don't have to surrender to this diagnosis. You can fight it. And today I want to share what I learned from her. Because if you're listening to this and you've ever felt like giving up, I need you to hear this. You can fight this. Let me be clear. This isn't about toxic positivity. This isn't about pretending that manic episodes don't feel like your brain is on fire or that depression doesn't make getting out of bed feel like climbing Everest in flip flops. This is about the truth Wyisha shared with me, the truth that persistence, boundaries, and community can turn your pain into power. Here's what I want you to walk away with today: three things, just three. But if you hold on to these, they might just save your life. First, persistence in seeking help turns personal pain into advocacy power. Why shouldn't just go to one therapist and call it a day? She kept showing up, she kept asking for help, even when the system felt like it was designed to exhaust her. And eventually, that persistence didn't just heal her, it equipped her to help others. Your fight doesn't end with your healing, it begins there. Second, Shay said, bipolar disorder does not define your roles as a mother, partner, or professional. You can manage it across every domain of your life. Waisha is raising five children. Five, let that sink in. She's navigating romance, spirituality, work, education, all while managing a condition that some days tries to convince her she can't do any of it. But she does, not perfectly, but persistently. Third, sharing your story breaks isolation and saves lives. When Weisha started talking about her journey, other women started talking too. And that's when the real healing began. Not in silence, not in shame, but in the sacred, messy, beautiful act of saying, "On me too, I'm fighting too." Now, let me ground this in some real examples, because I know some of you are thinking, that's great, but where are the receipts? Let's talk about Dr. Joy Harden Bradford. If you don't know her, you should. She's a licensed psychologist and the host of the Therapy for Black Girls podcast, a platform that has become a lifeline for Black women navigating mental health challenges, including mood disorders like bipolar. Dr. Joy started this work because she noticed a gap. Black women were struggling, but the resources weren't speaking to them. So she created a space that did. Think about that for a moment. Dr. Joy saw a need and didn't wait for someone else to fill it. She didn't wait for permission. She didn't wait until she had all the answers. She just started. And in doing so, she created a movement. She's produced over 400 episodes covering everything from mindfulness to motherhood to race related stress. 400 episodes. That's 400 conversations where Black women got to see themselves, hear themselves, and know they weren't alone. Dr. Joy has balanced clinical work, podcasting, and her own mental health advocacy while building a platform that normalizes therapy for Black women. She's influenced policy, she's changed lives, she's created a space where vulnerability isn't weakness, it's power. Her work proves that when you turn your pain into purpose, you don't just heal yourself, you heal communities. And here's the thing about Dr. Joy's work that connects so deeply to Wyisha's story. Both of these women understand that healing isn't a solo journey, it's not something you do in isolation and then emerge from fully formed and perfect. Healing is messy, it's ongoing, it's communal, and it requires you to show up, even on the days when showing up feels impossible. Then there's Chelsea Jackson Roberts, a mindfulness expert who appeared on Therapy for Black Girls. Chelsea is a mother, a teacher, an author, and someone who has navigated manic episodes and depression while raising a family and building a career. She didn't give up. She integrated therapy, movement based mindfulness, and spiritual practices to stabilize her moods across every area of her life. Chelsea's story is one of radical integration. She didn't compartmentalize her healing. She didn't say, I'll deal with my mental health over here and my motherhood over there and my career in this other box. She brought it all together. She let her healing inform her parenting. She let her spirituality guide her professional life. She let movement and mindfulness become the foundation for everything else. And because of that integration, Chelsea has authored bestsellers. She's led workshops. She's helped women reclaim balance without surrender. Her influence has skyrocketed, not because she pretended to have it all figured out, but because she was willing to be honest about the struggle. She was willing to say, this is hard, and I'm doing it anyway. Chelsea's story mirrors Weisha's in so many ways. Both are mothers of multiple children. Both were diagnosed later in life. Both pivoted from surviving to advocating. And both understand that softness isn't surrender, it's survival. And let's not forget Dr. Lauren Mims, a child psychologist who has spoken openly about the diagnostic delays that are all too common for Black women. Dr. Mims navigated depression, family dynamics, and career challenges while facing a system that often overlooks or misdiagnoses Black women's mental health struggles. Here's what's infuriating about Dr. Mims's story and the stories of so many Black women like her. The delays, the dismissals, the way their pain gets minimized out or misunderstood. Dr. Mims could have let that break her. She could have let the system's failures become her excuse to give up. But she didn't. She pursued counseling. She built frameworks for healing from girlhood to womanhood. She became a leading voice in mental health equity. Dr. Mims' work equips women with tools to fight without giving up, fostering generational healing. She's not just helping the women in front of her today, she's changing the trajectory for their daughters and their daughters' daughters. That's legacy work. That's the kind of impact that ripples out in ways we can't even measure. These women, Dr. Joy, Chelsea, Dr. Mims, um, they echo Wisha's fight. Persistent, calm, open. They didn't let bipolar or mood disorders write the final chapter of their stories. They picked up the pen and kept writing. And in doing so, they gave other women permission to do the same. So here's the actionable takeaway I want to leave you with. If you're a Black mother, a professional, a woman who's been carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders while your brain is waging war against you, I want you to do one thing differently after hearing this. Seek counseling today, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Today, no matter the obstacles, no matter the stigma, no matter the fear. I know that's easier said than done. I know the barriers are real. I know the cost can feel prohibitive. I know the idea of being vulnerable with a stranger can feel terrifying. But I also know that waiting doesn't make it easier. Waiting just makes the weight heavier. Start journaling your moods across romance, family, work, and spirituality. Track the patterns. Notice the triggers. Give yourself data so you can fight smarter, not just harder. This isn't about being perfect. This isn't about having pristine handwriting or profound insights every day. This is about creating a record, a map, a way to see where you've been so you can navigate where you're going. And then I share one story, just one. Tell someone you trust about your battle. Advocate like Wyisha advocates. Because when you share your story, but you give someone else permission to share theirs. And that's how movements start. That's how isolation ends. That's how healing becomes communal instead of solitary. Now, what's up? I know some of you are wondering, how am I supposed to feel after hearing all this? Let me tell you what Waisha hopes you feel: empowered, empowered to fight bipolar without surrender, connected spiritually and emotionally, resilient in your romance, your family, your work, motivated as a mother and a professional. She wants you to feel like you can breathe again, like softness isn't weakness, like rest isn't laziness, like fighting doesn't mean you have to do it alone. Because here's the thing about the soft girl era. And yes, I'm bringing it back to this. It's not about giving up the fight, it's about changing how you fight. It's about dropping the cape that says you have to be strong all the time and picking up the truth that says you can be soft and still survive. You can set boundaries and still be loved. You can rest and still be worthy. Waisha's story is a testament to that. She didn't give up her roles as a mother, partner, or professional when she was diagnosed with narcissist. She redefined what those roles could look like. She learned to say no without guilt. She learned to protect her peace as a practice. She learned that healing isn't a destination, it's a daily choice. And that's what I want for you. I want you to know that bipolar disorder, or whatever mood challenge you're facing, doesn't get to be the boss of you. You get to be the boss. You get to decide how you show up. You get to decide what strength looks like. You get to decide that today, right now, you're going to fight. Not because you have to prove anything to anyone, not because you're trying to be a superhero, but because you deserve to live a life that feels good. You deserve joy. You deserve rest. You deserve softness. You deserve to wake up and not feel like you're drowning. Wyisha Cook is out here proving that every single day. She's a mother of five, navigating bipolar disorder across every domain of her life. And she's not just surviving, she's thriving, she's advocating, she's healing, she's helping other women do the same. So if you take nothing else from this, take this: you don't have to give up. You can fight this. And you don't have to fight it alone. The women I've shared with you today, Waisha, Dr. Joy, and Chelsea Poadu, Dr. Mims, they're proof that the fight is worth it. They're proof that persistence pays off. They're proof that sharing your story can save lives, including your own. But here's what I need you to understand: these women didn't wait until they felt ready. They didn't wait until they had it all figured out. They didn't wait until the conditions were perfect. They just started. They started seeking help. They started sharing their stories. They started building the resources and communities they wished had existed for them. And that's the challenge I'm leaving you with today. Don't wait. Don't wait until you feel ready. Don't wait until you think you've healed enough to be worthy of support. Don't wait until you believe your story is polished enough to share. Start now. Start messy. Start scared. Start imperfect. Just start. Because somewhere out there, there's a woman who needs to hear your story. There's a woman who's been waiting for permission to seek help. There's a woman who's been drowning in silence, convinced she's the only one struggling. And your voice, your vulnerability, your willingness to say, "Me too," that could be the lifeline she's been searching for. So here's my call to action. Here's what I need you to do right now, today, this week. first and make the call. Schedule the therapy appointment, research the counselors, fill out the intake forms, take the first step toward getting the help you deserve. Second, start the journal, buy the notebook, open the app, write the first entry. It doesn't have to be profound, it just has to be honest. Third, share the story. Tell one person, post one thing, send one message, break the silence in whatever way feels safe for you do. And if you do those three things, if you seek help, track your journey, and share your story, you won't just be changing your own life. You'll be changing the trajectory for every woman who comes after you. You'll be building the movement that Wyisha, Dr. Joy, Chelsea T, and Dr. Mims have been building. You'll be part of the revolution that says Black women don't have to carry it all. We don't have to suffer in silence. We don't have to give up. We can fight. We can heal. We can thrive. And we can do it together. So go out there and fight, not because you have to, but because you can, because you deserve to, because your life, your joy, your peace, your softness, um, it all matters. You matter. And the world needs you, not the version of you that's pretending to have it all together, but the real you, the one who's fighting, the one who's healing, the one who's learning that softness isn't surrender, it's survival. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And thank you, Wyisha Cook, for showing us what it looks like to turn pain into power, survival into advocacy, and struggle into sacred purpose. Now let's go change the world, one boundary, one story, one soft girl era at a time.